Hello everyone, welcome to Hive Talking, the official pregame show of your Buffalo Bees. Hive Talking is brought to you by BG's Engine Products because your car should be dancing. Yeah. I'm Ronnie Robinson along with my broadcast partner Kip Scarry coming to you from Dollywall Park here in Milwaukee. Kip, how you feeling tonight?
Not too good, Ronnie. I stopped by a local pub and the bratwurst is not agreeing with me.
Sorry to hear that, Kip. At least it didn't stop you from recording your interview with Johnny Fortune of the Barrelman. He's the face of the league and garners attention everywhere he goes.
He sure does, Ronnie. I'm here with all-league shortstop Johnny Fortune. Johnny, thanks for sitting down with me.
Glad to do it, Kip. I know you usually interview Bees players, so I feel honored that you asked me.
We are honored to have you. How's all the media attention been for you this year? I mean, you jumped on the scene with a big splash last year, and it's carried over here this season.
It's been hectic, and it's been great. I appreciate all the accolades that I got last year, but I'm focused on this year and getting Milwaukee to the playoffs.
The Western Division is tough with Vancouver in first place, but you guys are right on their heels in second place. And really all you need to secure is that wild card spot, and then anything can happen at the playoffs.
That's very true, but we want to win the West and get home field in the playoffs.
Well, if the Barrelman and the Bees keep it up, you both might be meeting in the Fall Classic for all the marbles.
That would be fun, wouldn't it?
It sure would, Johnny. Thanks for your time.
Anytime, Kip.
For me, my guest on Hive Talking, Johnny Fortune will receive dinner for two at Hooligan Steakhouse. For the best in prime rib and steaks, come to Hooligans. And Johnny can use that certificate when Milwaukee comes to Buffalo later in the season. Back to you, Ronnie.
Thank you, Kip. All right, folks, let's look at the starting pitchers and starting lineups for both teams. For the homestanding Milwaukee Barrelman, it'll be right-hander Sachiya Matsunaga on the mound for Milwaukee. And for the Buffalo Bees, it'll be right-hander Enoch Samples. So those are your starting pitchers. Let's look at the starting lineups for both teams. First for the visiting Buffalo Bees. Leading off and playing in right field is Lamont Clark. Hitting second and the designated hitter, Dylan Hutto. Batting third and center field is Joe Barkdahl. Batting cleanup at first base is Todd Sargent. Hitting fifth and playing the catching position is Dallas Autry. Hitting sixth and subbing for the injured J.R. Keel is Miguel Ruelas. Rocky Oberbeck will take on second base duties and bat seventh. Nick Rafer, the shortstop, will bat eighth, and batting ninth from his normal leadoff spot, he's dropped down to ninth, and that is Greg Dollywall in left field. Let's look at the Milwaukee Barrelmen. First time seeing them against the Bees. Leading off in left field will be Marcel Jr. Batting second and playing as the center fielder is Jorge Cosme. And of course the Golden Boy, Johnny Fortune, shortstop, will bat third. Matt Lamonico at third base will bat cleanup. Paxton Friel at first base will hit fifth. Brian Sobro is playing right field. He will hit sixth. Doing the catching is Brandon Bostic. He will hit seventh. Pedro Gallardo, the designated hitter, will hit eighth. And batting ninth and playing second base is Gallardo Pantoja. Those are your starting lineups for tonight's game. Milwaukee manager Bob Hansen and Buffalo manager Danny Lee are at home plate exchanging lineup cards with the umpires and going over the ground rules here at Dollywall Park, which plays normal to lefties and semi-small to right-handers. And speaking of the umpires, let's look how the umpires line up for tonight's game. Behind the plate is Roger Landecker. At first base is Nick Mill. Chris Miramonte is at second, and Dennis Looper is at third. And before we start tonight's game, let's take a station identification break. You are listening to Buffalo Bees Radio Network.
That's all the Bees action on Bees Radio, 1140, WPLA, Buffalo.
Welcome back to Dollywall Park in Milwaukee. And as Matt Tanaka finishes his warm-up tosses, we're just about ready to get this thing underway. Kip, you still feeling it better since eating that bratwurst? Is it starting to settle in a little bit?
Ronnie, it's slowly getting there. We'll see how that's going to turn out. But for now, I'm going to take a quick break for the microphone and turn it over to the voice of the Bees, Ronnie Robinson.
Thank you, Kip. We are just about ready to go. And before we get started, one more set of duties to be done, and that is the hot and cold players for each team. Since, going back to last game, Buffalo, Joe Barkdahl is the hot player, and Rayford, the shortstop, is the cold player. Since Milwaukee has not been against the Bees yet, we're going to go with the second hitter being hot, that's Cosme, and the eighth hitter being cold, that's Gallardo. And as a reminder, the hot and cold players of the game, hot players are sponsored by the Paper Moon Gentlemen's Club. For the best in adult entertainment, sure to provide a hot time, shoot for the moon. The designated cold players are brought to you by the Deli Llama. For the best in gourmet cheeses and quality cold cuts, stop by the Deli Llama. Okay, we are now ready for first pitch. Matsunaga. And Lamont Clark is stepping into the box. And we'll see how this one gets going here from Milwaukee. Milwaukee is neutral because all opponents of the Bees are neutral. And on the game day chart, Buffalo is semi-harmonious. And they had no effect or no special effects, so there's nothing, no TFNs, no nothing. They're just semi-harmonious, and that's about the size of it. So we're ready to go. Lamont Clark facing Matsunaga. So 1-1-3. 1-1-3 asks, is the pitcher ace or dynamic? He is not. Is the batter a slugger? He's certainly not a slugger, but he is going to single to center field. However, Sad Sack or Home Run King will strike out. He's neither one, but Lamont Clark will take that leadoff single. So Lamont Clark moved up to the leadoff spot in place of Dollywall, and at least in the first at bat, it seems to have worked out for the Bees. We'll see how that continues. But Lamont Clark is on for Dylan Hutto, the designated hitter. Dylan Hutto. One, 2, 4. That is the control check, and Matsunaga has it, which means it's a ground ball to short. Lead I one. It's a double play. 6-4-3, and just like that, the Bees get stung by the twin killing. 6-4-3. 2 quick outs, base is clear now for Joe Barkdahl. That kind of took the starch out of the Bees, at least temporarily. Here's Joe Barkdahl. We get a 1-1-2. 1-1-2 asks, is the pitcher have flash? He certainly does. It is a strikeout. So after the leadoff single from Lamont Clark, Matsunaga bows up, gets a double play, and then gets the strikeout to end the inning pretty uneventful. The end of half an inning of play. It's Buffalo nothing, and the Barrelman coming to bat. Enoch Samples, starting pitcher for the Bees in this one. And his first opponent will be Marcel Jr., left fielder. Righty on lefty matchup. And as soon as I mention right and lefty, what comes up at a 3-5-6? It's a base hit. Boy, talk about jinxing things.
Yeah, Ronnie, why did you have to open your big mouth about that?
I didn't know, Kip. I had no idea that was going to happen just like that, but like the dice had a mind of their own.
Yeah, maybe they're loaded again.
Oh, we've been through that once before, Kip. I don't think they're loaded. It's just bad luck. So Marcel Jr. is aboard, and that's going to bring up center fielder Jorge Cosme. Samples has to bear down. It's a 1-2-6. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. It's a line out to the second baseman. So he lines it to second, where Oberbeck makes the play, one away. No double play chance since the runner is only on first, not on second. And here's the poster boy, Johnny Fortune.
Yeah, Ronnie, Johnny seemed like a pretty good guy. Too bad he's out on the Bees. It would really be a great bonus to the Bees, but I wish him well, just not against Buffalo.
All right, here's Fortune. Another 3-5-6, but this one's righty on righty. It's a Circle K strikeout. with that left-right split. Second time that's come up in just the bottom of the first inning. Sometimes you go the whole game, it doesn't come up, but it comes up here. Circle K strikeout, and that's sponsored by the Circle K convenience stores. Visit any of the 4 Buffalo area locations to get some gas or some treats. Circle K, your #1 stop on the highway. Here is Matt Lamonico. 1-2-6. Yes, he's fresh again. It's a line out to second, and that's going to end the inning. So duplicate rolls there makes it no score at the end of 1. Both pitchers getting the leadoff man on and then not letting that bother them. Coming back and retiring the side after that. So we go to the top of the second, no score. It will be Todd Sargent who will lead things off against Matsunaga. Sargent, first baseman. That's a 3-4-4. Matsunaga is an icon, so the 3-4-4 being a prospect pitcher is not effective. Is the batter patient? No, he's not. He's actually eager. So he will pop to second, and that's 1 away. As Sargent is retired. It's going to bring up the catcher, Dallas Autry. And that's a 1-2-2. Is he a workman? Yes, he is a workman. So that's a single to center field for Dallas Autry. Second hit of the game for the Bees. Autry put that right through there. And Matsunaga gives up hit number 2. It's going to bring up Ruelas. Remember, he is subbing for the injured third baseman of the Bees, J.R. Keel. The normal third baseman, I should say. Although Ruelas has started a few games earlier, but clearly he's number 2 to J.R. Keel. 3-3-4. Ace or star, neither one. Is he a sad sack? He is a sad sack. He's a semi-sad sack. The dot gives it to him, so he's going to line it to short. Took away a short base hit, but Ruelas, being a sad sack on that at bat, lines to short. We're out number 2. Can't help but think that maybe J.R. Keel would have gotten a hit off of that, but you never know. Here's Rocky Oberbeck. 3-3-4. We're getting the same rolls a couple different times here. Ace or star? No. Sad sack? No, he's not a sad sack this time. It's a single to left unless he's eager, and he happens to be eager, so it's going to be a ground out instead, and the ground out's going to go to the third baseman. So Oberbeck was a little bit too eager for that and ends up grounding out to the third baseman, Lamonico, to end the inning. So nothing doing for the Bees in the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second, no score from Cola Park. And that'll bring up Enoch Samples to face Paxton Friel. It'll be Friel, Sobro, and Bostic. 3-6-6. He's not a pinch hitter, so Friel will fly to center field. Out number 1 to start the top of the second.
Yeah, Ronnie, that was out number 10 in the ball game. And the 10th inning is sponsored by 10 Pin Bowling. That reminds you, if you have spare time and you haven't been bowling in a while, you should. It could be right down your alley.
Thank you, Kip. All right, that will now send up Sobro. Three, 5, 6, another lefty-righty split, and it's another Circle K. Third time that's come up. That's very unusual. Usually doesn't happen 3 times in a whole game, much less in the first 2 innings. But it's happening here, and that time Samples took advantage of it, got another Circle K strikeout, out number 2 for Brandon Bostic, the catcher. 5-6-6. 5-6-6. Is the pitcher wild? No. Is the batter with a good eye? No, he does not. It is a strikeout, and that's going to end the inning. So Enoch Samples takes care of the Barrelman. That result was in blue, so we're going to the right now chart to start the top of the third for the Bees, where it'll be Rayford, who is neutral, against Matsunaga, who is neutral. So neutral against neutral on the right now chart to start the top of the third. And we get a 1-4 on the right now chart. 1-4 cold batter. No, he's not. If he was, he would strike out. Otherwise, big swing connects, and we got outfield drama. So outfield drama for the Barrelman. And we get a 1-6. 1-6 ask on the outfield drama. Is the right fielder stoic? Right fielder is Sobro. He is semi-stoic. The sire die gives him the stoic quality. So since he is stoic, that's going to get through for a double. So a double for Nick Rayford because of the fact that Sobro was, in that particular at bat, stoic. So Rayford with a leadoff double rather. And the Bees have something cooking here in the top of the third.
Yeah, Ronnie, he just caught Sobro a little flat-footed there, and by the time he realized what was going on, the ball was already past him and off to the wall. And Rayford trots in with a easy leadoff double.
All right, here is Greg Dollywall. 2-3-3, 2-3-3. Ace or star? No, he is not. Is the batter a slugger? No, he's not a slugger, so he will fly to center. And that's out number 1 as Dollywall is retired. And we go back to the top of the order for Lamont Clark. Clark singled his first time up and raced on a double play. 1-3-5, that is the unusual results in a red 1 and a black 5. Will take us to balks and bogeys. 2-4 on the balks and bogeys. Lead base runner collides with fielder trying to make put out. So nobody's on base. So actually, no, I'll take it back. Rayford is on base. Let's reread this. Lead runner collides with fielder trying to make put out. Gold glove hangs on for out. Others loose ball and runner is safe. All right. Well, the runner on second is going to collide with the shortstop. Shortstop in this case is Fortune, who happens to be gold. So since he's gold, he will tag out Rayford. I'm not sure where Rayford was going, but it's going to be a fielder's choice as Lamont Clark will reach. But Rayford is out, 6 unassisted. A little bit of bad base running there. And a nice play by the poster child, Johnny Fortune. And Kip, I hope your interview with him didn't give him any karma against us.
We have to hope not, Ronnie.
So Clark is at first with 2 outs. And the Bees missing a golden opportunity, perhaps. Here's Dylan Hutto. That's a 1-6-6. Is he a workman? Yes, he is. Since he's a workman, that's going to be a single to left field. Clark will stop at second. Hutto reaches, and now how big was that put out at second base by Fortune? That saved him a run right there. Hutto is aboard on a single. First and second, 2 down for Joe Barkdahl. So Barkdahl with a chance to salvage the inning for the Bees and get them that run. Oops, let's retry that. 3-5-6, yet another lefty-righty split, and again it is a Circle K. And Barkdahl is out of there. And the Bees miss a golden opportunity. Boy, 4 left-right splits already. It just does not normally happen in this game, but it's happening tonight. Maybe it's the being in Milwaukee and the karma of the bratwurst. I don't know. But that's where we're at. Bottom of the third. No score. And coming up for the Barrelman will be the designated hitter, Pedro Gallardo. Two, 4, 6. Does the pitcher have control? Samples has semi-control. The dot gives it to him, so it is going to be just a ground ball right back to Samples for an easy 1-3 put out. 1 away, and that will bring up Pantoja, Rosendo Pantoja, second baseman, number 9 hitter. Triple 5s, that's not good necessarily. Triple 5s, ace or star, no. Is the batter a scrapper? He is not a scrapper, and Pantoja has just gone deep to left field. Kaboom! It is gone, and the Barrelmen take a 1-0 lead by the most unlikely of guys. Pantoja with that 555 did it, and the Barrelmen take a 1-0 lead on the Bees, and Samples can't believe it. Got to recover though. Here's Marcel Jr. That is a 235. 235 ask. Is the pitcher wild? No. Is he eager? No, he's not. It's ground out to second for out number 2. So Jr. is retired. 2 down for Cosme. 1-1-4. Is he fresh? Yes, it's the 3rd inning, so he's still fresh. And since he's fresh, it's going to be a ground out to short to end the inning. But the home run off the bat of Pantoja gives the Barrelmen a 1-0 lead after 3. So we go to the top of the 4th. Matsunaga back out with a 1-run lead. He is now semi-fresh. And since we're starting the 4th inning, this is the New York Lottery home run inning. If any Buffalo player hits a homer in the 4th inning, one lucky listener will win a jackpot, which is now at $700. Tonight's contestant is Melvin Costello of Buffalo. Good luck, Melvin. Don't know where the blue notes are, but Melvin's right here. And his first batter for him is Todd Sargent, who is a semi-home run king. Hit a 1-2-6 though. It's a fresh check, and it's a line out to second. 1 away. That'll send up Dallas Autry. He's also a semi-home run king along with the slugger. So you're getting the right guys up. It's just a matter of getting it done. 3-4-5 is an iron catcher. And the catcher is Bostic. He is not iron. Does he have a good eye? No, it's a strikeout. So we're going to the right now chart for the next at bat of Ruelas. So it's not looking good right now for that $700 to be going to Melvin. But anything can still happen. On the right now chart, even anything can happen. Matsunaga is semi-hot. Ruelas is neutral. So now they're both neutral on the right now chart. 2-6. 2-6 ask. Hot pitcher, no. And since he's not hot, he misses the pitch and is driven into right field for a base hit. So Ruelas gets a 2-out single, and that keeps the inning going. So that means the next man up, Rocky Overbeck, has a chance to get that home run for Mr. Melvin. 2 outs, runner at first for Overbeck. That's a 1-2-2. And 1-2-2 ask, is the pitcher a workman? Yes, he is. A single to center field. So the inning continues. Ruelas will stop at second. And now the Bees have something cooking with 2 outs and 2 on for Nick Rayford. Overbeck was able to get that hit, and Rayford the batter. Still one more chance for Mr. Costello. 2-5-6. Is the pitcher a struggler? No, he's not. Is he champion or patient? Neither one. We got infield drama, so the inning can still continue with infield drama, perhaps. 1-5 on the infield drama. 1-5. Shortstop iron. No. Unfortunately, Mr. Fortune is gold, so it's an easy ground out, and that's going to end the inning. So inning's over. Bees retired, and unfortunately, Mr. Costello did not win the $700. But for playing the New York Lottery, you do win some scratch-off tickets courtesy of the New York Lottery, and the jackpot for the next game will be $750. So good luck to all who eventually play the New York Lottery. All right, bottom of the 4th. Samples semi-fresh, facing Johnny Fortune. Fortune struck out his first time up. on that lefty-righty split. Circle K strikeout. 4-5-6. Is he patient? No, Johnny Fortune is actually semi-eager. So he will fly to center, and it's in purple. So we're going to the chemistry chart for the Lamonico at bat. And again, all the opponents are always neutral. And the B's in this case are semi-harmonious. Now they're both neutral. 3-4 on the chemistry chart. Both neutral. 3-4. Batting team harmony, no. It's a ground out to third. So Lamonico grounds out to Ruelas. 2 down. 2 up and 2 down. And that will send it to Paxton Friel. 4-4-6. 4-4-6. Ask, is the pitcher a star? No, he's not. Sad Sack, Utility are patient. Neither one of those. He gets a single to right field. He's active, he steals, but he's not active. So it is a single for Paxton Friel. 2-out single for Friel. And that will keep the inning going for Sobro. And that result was, that final result there was in red. So we're going to the experience chart. Samples is a prospect, and Sobro is an icon. So advantage Barrelman right here, and Samples has to be careful on the experience chart. 2-6. 2-6 says icon pitcher, no. Instead of a strikeout, it's going to be a single dropped over second base. Lead die of 3. Runner's going to advance 2 bases, so Friel will take third on the single by Sobro. As they got to the rookie pitcher, and his rookiness, if you want to call it that, cost him a hit. Sobro is on first. Friel at third. Runners on the corners, 2 down. And that's going to bring up the catcher, Bostic. Samples really has to settle in right here and get out of this thing. Keep the score at 1-0 if you can. 1-5-5. 1-5-5 asks, is the batter a home run king? No, he's not. He's going to fly to center, and that's going to end the inning. So Samples got in trouble but got out of it, and we go to the 5th. Still 1-0 in favor of Milwaukee in a pitching duel here at Doc Cola Park. And Matsunaga back out again. Start the top of the 5th. And a reminder, the 5th inning is sponsored by the law offices of Howie, Cheatham, and Daly. That reminds you, when all else fails, just plead the 5th. So Greg Dollywall, number 9 hitter, will lead things off for the Bees. Flew to center his first chance. 3-5-6, yet again another lefty-righty split, but this one works for Dollywall because he is a lefty. And remember the rule that we established earlier on, utility doesn't matter on this. It's everybody that's a lefty-righty gets a base hit. If you got the platoon advantage, you get the base hit no matter how bad you are. So in this case, Dollywall takes advantage of that and gets the base hit. That is, I believe, the 6th time that's come up already. Maybe the 5th, I'm not sure. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At least 5 times I know of it's come up. And we're only starting the 5th inning, so it's very unusual. Even to get 5 in a game would be unusual, much less 5 in the first 5 innings. But that's where we're at, and now here is Lamont Clark.
Yeah, Ronnie, the left-right split thing is really freaking me out. I mean, I don't know why it's coming up so often. Again, the dice could be a little bit tilted.
I hope not, Ronnie. Or Kip, sorry.
Yeah, Ronnie, when you're talking to yourself?
Well, with you over there with your bratwurst, I might have to do that. Here's Clark. 1-1-5. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. It is a pop out, and it's going to go to shortstop Fortune. Puts it away, 1 away. Clark is retired. Brings up Dylan Hutto designated hitter. 2-2-6. Is he hit by the pitch? Yes, he is. The dot says he plunked him, so Dylan Hutto takes one for the team. And all of a sudden, the Bees have runners at first and second with only one out. And the big guys coming up, Barkdahl and Sargent, so this is where they need to make hay.
You got that right, Ronnie. I mean, we need Barkdahl and Sargent are 3-4 hitters, and they need to act like 3-4 hitters and start doing something.
Well, Barkdahl's struggling. He's a designated hot batter coming into the game, but he struck out twice already, so he needs to turn that around. 2-6-6. Run on first is thrown out, so Hutto got caught daydreaming over there and got picked off first base.
That's just inexcusable, Ronnie. The base coach has got to be more aware of that and not let you got to let him know that the first baseman Friel was sneaking in behind him. And I put that one. I don't put that one on Hutto. I put that one on the first base coach. I think he blew that one.
You might be right, Ronnie. You're not often right, but you might be right on that one. So Barkdahl's still at the plate with Dollywall at second, now 2 outs. 1-4-4. Is he flash? Yes, he is. It's a strikeout, but we're going to the goggles. But home plate umpire in this case, Landecker, is semi-respected. And in order for that strikeout to be a walk, it has to be questionable or lenient. He's neither one. I'll take that back. He is semi-lenient, but the dot doesn't give it to him. So that strikeout will stand, and the inning is over. And Barkdahl just got the hat trick for strikeout number 3, even though he was the designated hot batter coming into the game. That's why you never know. That's why you play the game. You never know what can happen. Bottom of the 5th we go. Still 1-0. Still a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Barrelmen. Enoch Samples back out. Will face the bottom of the order, Gallardo, Pantoja, and then Junior. Of course, Pantoja is responsible for the only run of the game with his solo home run. That was back in the 3rd. 2-3-6 double control. He does not have it, and he's not eager. If he was eager, he would strike out instead of walking, but since he's not eager in this case, he will actually draw the walk. So Gallardo, that's another one of those home brews to cut down some of the on all the walks, but not in this case. Didn't happen because of the fact that he wasn't eager. So Gallardo is aboard. And that will send up Pantoja. His homer. Only run of the game. 4-5-5. 4-5-5. Flash. Yes, it is flash. It's a strikeout. So Pantoja, as Samples gets a little revenge on that home run by getting the strikeout. 1 down. And back to the top of the order for Mr. Junior. Marcel Jr., he is 1 for 2, singled in the first and grounded to second in the 3rd. 2-4-5. Is the batter a hero? He is not. He's going to pop to second. That's out number 2, and that is in red. So we're going to the experience chart for the next at bat, which is not necessarily good for Samples because he is a full prospect. Jorge Cosme is neutral. So still advantage Cosme. And that's a 1-3. Prospect pitcher, yes. Off-target pitch, batter chop single through the infield. So runners will now go to first and second as Jorge Cosme gets the base hit. 2-out single, runners at first and second. And now you've got the dangerous Johnny Fortune coming up. Sample may be near the end unless he gets something done. 2-2-5. 2-2-5 asks, is the pitcher a star? No, he's not. Is the batter slugger or sad sack? He is a slugger, so that means he's going to pop out to right field. He's not a whiffer, so he won't whiff, but he will pop out to shallow right. And that's going to end the inning. So Samples gets away with one there, as he put one where he probably should not have put it, but fortunate for him, Mr. Fortune, or should I say fortunately for him, Mr. Fortune missed it and just sent a can of corn out to right field to Lamont Clark, and it was no problem. So we go to the sixth, top of the sixth, that is. Still 1-0, very unusual to be in this situation where it's only a 1-0 ball game. Now, this is the last inning for semi-freshness for both pitchers coming up, so we will keep an eye on that particular thing to see how that plays out. Matsunaga pitching shutout though, so he actually could keep semi-freshness if the shutout continues. And a guy trying to make sure it doesn't continue is Todd Sargent. He is popped to second and lined to second. 3-4-5. Iron catcher, no. He's going to strike out because he's done him a good eye. And that's one away. And that's in blue. So we're going to the right now chart for Dallas Autry. And Autry struck out his last time up, so he is now cold. Fully cold because we're in the sixth inning. It's fully cold, and Matsunaga is fully hot. So hot pitcher against cold batter. 5-6. Hot pitcher, yes, shows best stuff for tire side, alternating ground outs and fly outs. So the ground out goes to second, and the fly out will go to left. So it's a ground out to second by Autry and a fly to left by Ruelas, and that's going to end the inning. So Matsunaga will continue to be semi-fresh as he's pitching a shutout. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Samples back out, but he's on a short leash, even though he is pitching well, but he's going to lose all freshness after this inning. So this may be his final inning right here. He's going to start out facing Lamonico, who's 0 for 2. 1-3-6, he's not an ace. And Lamonico, let's see, Lamonico 1-3-6. Lamonico, is he whiffer or cold? He is a semi-whiffer. Decider says he's a whiffer, so he will strike out. So Lamonico out on strikes, one down. It's going to bring up Paxton Friel. 4-6-6. Does he have control? Yes, he does. That's a bad sign because the pitch is read by Paxton Friel, and he singles to left field. So it's a base hit for Paxton Friel. He is aboard with one out. And that's going to take us to Sobro. And they're going to have a call to the bullpen. That's going to be it for Enoch Samples. His day is going to be done, as we do get the call to the bullpen. And a reminder, actually, Kip, can you tell us who's down in the bullpen? You were kind of sleeping there. I didn't realize anybody was even warming up. So can you let us know who that was down there that's coming in for us? Yeah, Ronnie, sorry about that. We got right-hander Chris Page. All right, so Chris Page will be coming on to pitch for the Bees, and he will garner the ace quality here on the first batter of the inning. Since he's coming in the middle of an inning, Chris Page will be on. Samples will go 5 1/3, giving up 1 run, and then the runner on base is his responsibility. So he is an ace for this particular bat, facing Mr. Sobro. And that's going to be it for Samples. He will watch and see if the inherited runners score or not.
And Ronnie, this pitching change is sponsored by Dandy Diapers. Don't worry about what Brown can do for you. Think about what you can do for the Brown.
Thank you for that, Kip. All right, here is Sobro against Page. 1-1-6, he is fresh. 1-1-6 fresh, struck him out. So Page comes in and strikes out Sobro for out number 2. And that's going to bring up Bostic, catcher. 2 outs and Friel still at first. Page no longer an ace. 2-5-6, he's not a struggler, that's for sure. Champion or patient for the batter? No. So we have infield drama for the Bees, and that can be trouble. Anytime you have drama for them, it can be an adventure. 3-5 for the Bees on infield drama. 3-5, third baseman iron. Nope, Ruelas is not iron. Ruelas is actually neutral, I do believe. Let me double check it, but yes, he is neutral. That's one J.R. Keel would have made an error on it, but Ruelas makes the play, and that's going to end the inning. So Page gets him out of the jam, and we now turn the page to the top of the 7th. Score still 1-0 favor of the Barrelmen. Matsunaga will continue to have semi-freshness due to the fact that he is pitching a shutout. But the bullpen is limbering down there.
Kip, can
you tell us who's down there?
Hold on a minute, Ronnie. Let me take a look. Yeah, Ronnie, it's a left-hander, Melito Melendez.
All right, so Melendez is loosening the pen for the Barrelmen. He'll be coming in if needed. Right now for the Bees, starting off the top of the 7th, will be Rocky Oberbeck. Oberbeck, 1 for 2, grounded to third in the second, singled in the fourth. 1-2-3, flash and fresh. He's not fresh. He is flash, but he's not fresh. So it won't be a strikeout. Instead, it will just merely be a ground out to Mr. Johnny Fortune at short for 1 away. So 1 down. Start the 7th. That brings up Rayford. Matsunaga to Rayford. 1-3-6. He's not an ace. Is the batter whiffer or cold? He's neither one. So we are going to infield drama for the Barrelmen. Infield drama for Milwaukee. Get a 2-6 on infield drama. Second baseman gold. Second baseman in this case is Pantoja. He is neutral. It's not gold. So since he's not gold, it's going to get past him for a single into center field. He would have made a great play on a liner, but instead, Mr. Rayford gets a single. He's doubled and singled now from that 8th position. He was a designated cold batter coming into the game. So that's why, from one game to the next, you never know what's going to happen. But it's a 1-out single for Rayford. And that'll take us to Dollywall, the lefty, coming up, and that's going to be it for Matsunaga. They're going to make a call to the bullpen. Bob Hansen has seen enough. And Melito Melendez, the lefty, will be coming on for the Barrelmen. He will obtain the ace quality for this first at bat. He's already flash and double control, but he will be on. And Matsunaga goes 6 1/3, shutout baseball, but the runner on base, Rayford, is his responsibility. So Melendez will get the ace quality now. Will the Bees counter with a pinch hitter, because Dollywall is a lefty, but they could go to the bench, and they do have, of course, some guys on the bench that hit right-handed. One of those is Orta, who's a switch hitter, and they could put Ranieri in the outfield after that. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to pull Dollywall, and that will leave backup catcher Ziegler as the only guy on the bench. So Ranieri will take over in left field, but Ignacio Orta is the pinch hitter for Dollywall. And then, of course, Ranieri will take over in left field in the bottom half of the 7th. Right now, trying to get lightning in a bottle if they can. Switch hitting Ignacio Orta against Melendez. 1-3-5, and that's the umpire chart. With the blue 1, we're going to the umpires for the first time with a runner at first base. So let's see what the old umpires will do. 4-6 with runner at first. 4-6. Lenient umpire at home. Yes, he is a lenient umpire. Remember, Landecker, semi-lenient, and Doc gives it to him. So he is lenient. What happens with a lenient umpire at home? Claims ball misses corner for ball 4. How about that? Other umpires would have made it strike 2 and the batter would still be batting. But this case, Orta draws the pinch hit walk. So Orta is going to draw the walk, but he's actually not going to be on. They're going to put Ranieri into pinch run for him. As Rayford goes to second. And Ranieri is the new runner at first. Top of the order, Lamont Clark is up. Thank you, Mr. Landecker, for being lenient on that situation. That helped the Bees out. Lamont Clark is up, a righty against the lefty Melendez. Now first and second with 1 out. Clark chance to do some damage against Melendez. 2-6-6 though, 2-6-6. Runner on first is thrown out, so Ranieri, second time it's happened, and the first base coach has got to do a better job of that. And the runner is picked off for out number 2 as again Paxton Friel sneaks in behind him, and they pick him off for out number 2. Huge pickoff and just embarrassing to say the least.
Yeah, Ronnie, this is like bad news bear stuff here. We gotta go back to the basics here and find out what the hell is going on.
I agree, Kip. Here is Rayford at second and Clark the batter, still at the plate. 1-5-6. Is he a whiffer? No, he's not. We do have outfield drama, so maybe something falls in for the Bees here. That's a 2-5 on the outfield drama. And 2-5. Center fielder iron. Center fielder Cosme is not iron, so he will make the play. It will not drop for a double. And that's going to end the inning for the Bees. And Melendez, it wasn't pretty, but he got through the top of the 7th unscathed. And Matsunaga pitches 6 1/3 shutout innings, as it turns out. And we go to the bottom of the 7th. And since we're on the road, there is no 7th inning stretch that we're going to recognize because they're on the road. Page now will come out. He is now semi-fresh, facing Gallardo, Pantoja, and Junior. Actually, let's see. Actually, Page will not come out. They will go to the bullpen for a left-hander. With 2 out of 3 coming up being left-handed and that lefty-righty split thing coming up more than they would have cared to see, they're going to Adam Gorman, the lefty, out of the bullpen. So Adam Gorman, and they've got 5 lefties in the bullpen. Kind of an anomaly, 5 lefties, only 2 righties. So lefties galore, and that's what they will go with. So Adam Gorman is your new pitcher. Page went 2/3 of an inning, didn't give up anything. He got both guys out, so he gave up nothing. And now Gorman is on to face Gallardo, Pantoja, and Junior. Start the bottom of the 7th, 1-0 here from Doc Cola Park. And it should be a hitter's park, but right now it's turned to a pitcher's park. Gorman, 1-1-6. He is fresh. It's his first batter that he's faced, and of course that makes him fresh, and that will be a strikeout. Which, had they left Page in there, that would not have been fresh, and he would have probably given up a hit. So nice move there to bring in the new pitcher. Here is Pantoja, responsible for the only run of the game. His home run in the 3rd is only run on the board for either team. 2-3-5. Not Wild is the batter. Eager. He's not eager. He will ground to second, and that's out number 2. So 2 down. Back to the top of the order for Junior. Junior is 1 for 3. 4-6-6. That's the control, and he does have it. So again, it's a base hit as the runner or the batter times up that pitch, read it perfectly, and strokes himself a base hit. So Junior, a 2-out single. And that'll bring up Jorge Cosme. Cosme is 1 for 3 as well. 2-3-6, double control. He does not have it. He is not eager, so it will be a walk. And now all of a sudden Gorman's in trouble. Got the first 2 outs, but now the next 2 have reached. And you got the poster boy, Johnny Fortune, coming up, a right-hander. So they're going to go make a move to the bullpen. Gorman is going to come out, and they're going to the other right-hander, Gosnell, to try to deal with Johnny Fortune. So right-hander, Mickey Gosnell, will be on, and he will gain the ace quality since he's entering the game mid-inning. So Gosnell is on. Gorman is going to go 2/3 of an inning and give up 2 hits. They get a strikeout, but the runners on base are his responsibility. And it is Mr. Fortune coming up against Gosnell. 2 on, 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th, 1-0 Milwaukee, and Fortune looking to extend that lead. 1-1-5. Is he fresh? Yes, he is. First batter of the game for him, and he's going to pop it up. Gets Fortune to pop it up, and it goes to the first baseman. Pops it up to Sargent, and the inning is over. So nice job there for Gosnell to get him out of that jam, and we go to the 8th. It is still 1-0 Milwaukee. Definitely unexpected pitching duel in this one. And now Melendez, the question is, does he come back, or does Milwaukee go to their bullpen? I think they might go to their bullpen, as they do have some righties coming up for Buffalo. So Milwaukee will be going to the pen for right-hander Mike Brusca. Mike Brusca is going to come on. He is their setup man. And he'll be facing Hutto, Barkdahl, and Sargent. All 3 right-handed hitters. So Brusca starts the top of the 8th against the heart of the order for the Bees. Top of the 8th, still 1-0. (156) Whiffer. Yes, he is. Struck him out. So Dylan Hutto down on strikes to start the 8th inning. He's running out of outs.
Ronnie, a little slow getting on the draw here, but as we start the 8th inning, a reminder, the 8th inning is sponsored by 8 Ball Billiards, featuring a full-service snack bar and 20 tables. We have more balls for you to play with than anyone in town.
Thank you, Kip, for that late public service announcement. Here's Joe Barkdahl. He is 0 for 3 with all 3 strikeouts. 2-4-5. Is he a hero? No, he is not. So he will pop to second, and that's going to be out number 2. That's also in red. So we're going to the experience chart. Todd Sargent is an icon, and Brusca is a semi-icon on the experience. Now he's neutral. 1-4. 1-4 on the experience chart. Prospect batter, no. If it was, he'd hit a pop fly. Otherwise, it's a bloop single. So, bloop single from Todd Sargent, since he's not a prospect. He was a veteran, an icon. He used his experience to get that base hit. Keeps the inning going for Dallas Autry. That's the first hit of the game for Sargent. Here's Autry. 1-5-5 for Autry. And on a 1-5-5, it asks, is he a home run king? He's a semi-home run king. Desiree gives it to him. It's a 2-run homer for Dallas Autry. Kaboom. And the long ball strikes again, this time for the Bees. It is the catcher, Dallas Autry, courtesy of that dot and that home run king in the 1-5-5 roll. It's a 2-run homer, and the Bees jump on top 2-1. And the patrons here at Dollywall Park sit in stunned amazement. And all of a sudden, the Bees now have a 2-1 lead to protect. Here's Ruelas. 1-2-5. Is the pitcher a struggler? No, he's not. Not yet, anyway. Is he patient? No, he's not. It's a ground out to third unless he's a whiffer. He is a whiffer, so it's a strikeout to end the inning, but damage done. 2-run home run from Autry with 2 outs, no less. And they got to Brusca. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 Bees. And now that definitely changes the way you want to work your bullpen. Because now you definitely want to get to your setup guys and then eventually your closer, Gautreau. So they're going to Derek No, the lefty, Dr. No. And Gautreau, the closer, would be coming in the 9th if they maintain the lead, but they're trusting Derek No to hold the lead here in the 8th inning. So Dr. No is on. Gosnell just pitched to 1 batter, and that was it. So he's coming out, particularly with the lefties coming up. They want the lefty on the mound, and that is Derek No. So No is on to face Lamonico, a lefty, and Friel, a lefty. Then Sobro, a righty. Yadier, Nakamura, and Elsner are on the bench. All honesty, not very good, so I think we're going to stick with your starters. Here's Lamonico. 2-5-6. Is he a struggler? No. Is he champion or patient? He is semi-champion and semi-patient. Saturday gives it to him, so it's going to be a walk. So Lamonico will draw a leadoff walk to start the bottom of the 8th. That's not what you want if you're Derek No. You don't want to get the leadoff guy on base. That could loom large. And now the dangerous Paxton Friel is up. 1-1-5. Is he fresh? Yes, it's a pop out to the infielder of our choice, and that's going to be the third baseman, Ruelas. So it's a pop up to third. Big out there to get an out without the runner advancing. So 1 down now for Sobro. He'll be followed by Bostic. 1-2-6. Is he fresh? Yes, it's a liner to second. 2 down. 1 more out to get for Derek No, and it's going to be Brandon Bostic, the right-handed hitting catcher, that he has to get by. 1-1-2. Does he have flash? Yes, he does. Struck him out, and the inning's over. So Derek No, Dr. No, does his thing and gets the Bees through the 8th inning unscathed. We go to the 9th here at Dollywall Park. It is 2-1 Bees. And there'll be a new pitcher for Milwaukee as Brusca is done. And let's see who they might want to go to at this point. Coming up for the Bees, we got Oberbeck, Rayford, and Ranieri. 1 lefty, and actually 2 lefties, 1 righty. So they'll go to the lefty out of the bullpen. And it's going to be Buster Garris. His double flash, Buster Garris. Lefty out of the bullpen for the Barrelman. Buster Garris is on, and he'll be facing Oberbeck, Rayford, and Ranieri. Top of the 9th, 2-1 Bees. 1-1-3. Is he ace or dynamic? He's neither one. Slugger. He's not a slugger. He's still going to single to center field. He's not a sad sack, so the single will hold up. So Oberbeck greets the new pitcher, Mr. Garris, with a base hit. So lefty on lefty didn't bother him. He stuck it out and got himself a base hit. And now an insurance run is on first base with nobody out. Rayford, 1-1-3. Same role. Is he a slugger? No, it's going to be a single. But if he's a sad sack, he strikes out. He is a semi-sad sack. The sire die gives it to him. So instead of a single, Mr. Rayford will take the K. So big difference there on just on that 1 at bat. That brings up Ranieri. Another lefty on lefty. His first at bat of the game since coming in for Dollywall. 2-2-4. 2-2-4. Pitching at home. Yes, pop out to short. So the Bees when they were at home, took advantage of that role, and now Milwaukee will take advantage of it themselves. That pitching at home rule. Now there's 2 down, and Lamont Clark top of the order, with Overbeck still at first and 2 down. Gautreau ready in the bullpen for the Bees in the 9th. 4-5-5. Flash. He's actually double flash, so he's going to strike him out. And had there been less than 2 outs, the next man would have struck out. But since there were already 2 outs, that's just going to end the inning. And we go to the bottom of the 9th here at Doc Cola Park. Score 2-1, favor the Bees. And Mr. Gautreau will be coming on for Buffalo to try to save this one for the Bees. Left-hander Mark Gautreau. Gautreau is an ace flash with double control. So as we go to the bottom of the 9th, reminder that the 9th inning is brought to you by Strange Brew Magic Stores in Kenmore and Buffalo. Stop by either location, whether you need 9th inning magic or any kind of magic. Strange Brew will do the trick. And Kip, we're hoping that Strange Brew can send good vibes all the way out here to Milwaukee and get us through this 9th inning and get this victory on the board for the Bees.
Yeah, Ronnie, that's Strange Brew usually helps us out quite a bit, and they may do it right here.
All right, for Milwaukee, we could see a pinch hitter because left-hander Gallardo, the DH, is the scheduled batter to come up, but they do have righties on the bench. And they're going to go to Gaylord Elsner, backup catcher. Gaylord Elsner, a right-hander who is a semi-slugger, so they're trying to get lightning in a bottle as well. So Gaylord Elsner will come in and pinch hit for Gallardo. If it goes extra innings, he would take over as the DH. So Elsner it is in place of Gallardo. So Mr. Elsner facing Gautreau. 2-3-6 double control. He actually has it. How about that double control? He's got it, which means a ground out to the pitcher by Elsner, and then the next man, Pantoja, grounds out to short for 2 quick outs. And Gautreau 1 out away from ending the ball game. So how about that, folks? That double control came in just at the right time. That's why he's our closer. That pinpoint control. And now Marcel Jr., the batter, last chance for the Barrelman. He is 2 for 4. 1-2-3, flash and fresh. Yes, you got better believe it. It's a strikeout, and the ball game is over. The ball game is over. The Milwaukee Barrelmen fall to the Bees 2-1 after taking a 1-0 lead through 7. But it is the Bees that come up with a 2-1 victory. And we'll take a break and come back with the line score.
Now we're back at Doc Cola Park, and you just witnessed an exciting game for the Bees as they snatched victory out of the jaws of defeat, courtesy of the 2-run homer turned in by Dallas Autry, and they escaped the first game of this quick 2-game series with a 2-1 victory over the Barrelmen. Now to wrap everything up, let's turn it over to the voice of the Bees, Ronnie Robinson.
Thank you, Kip. Final results of the ball game. Milwaukee thought they had it in the bag, but the Bees had other ideas. Buffalo wins at 2-1. Winning pitcher is Gosnell. He pitched to 1 batter in the bottom of the 7th, and that was enough to get him the win. No gets a hold, and Gautreau gets the save. And unfortunately, Mr. Brusca, who gave up the 2-run homer, is the loser for the Barrelmen. Line score, Buffalo 2 runs, 12 hits, no errors. And Milwaukee 1 run, 9 hits, and no errors. Buffalo with the win will improve now to 12-4. 12-4. And Milwaukee will drop to 10-6. So Milwaukee's going to drop a game to Vancouver if Vancouver wins their game. Buffalo continues to keep hold of first place in the East, although New England is right on their tail, as is New York and Charlotte. So it's tight division there. And in the West, A couple teams are fighting it out, but there's still a long way to go. And Kip, what do you think about your trip to Milwaukee other than that bad bratwurst you got?
Ronnie, the bratwurst was fine. It's just my stomach didn't agree with it. And, of course, the beer was pretty good, too.
Well, if you can't come to Milwaukee and enjoy your beer, then I don't know what to tell you. So that's going to do it from here. For my broadcast partner, Kip Scarry, this is Ronnie Robinson signing off from Doc Cola Park in Milwaukee. Again, the final score, Bees 2, Barrelman 1. Until next time, we will join you from Biddy Beer Ballpark in New England as the Bees take on the Minutemen. That's the next game for next Fictional Friday. And until then, so long, have a good night, and we'll see you next time for Buffalo Bees Baseball.